The time has come. We are about to pick our June TBR, and that is really, really exciting because I go on holiday actually today. Our flight is in 9 hours, so we've got a later flight today. Oh, wait, hold on. Can you hear the bubbles of the foam? So, as always, we're going to let the spinny wheel pick a prompt, and from that prompt, I'm going to then pick a book from my lovely TBR cart that we have here. As you can see up here, we've got a few that you might recognize from last TBR video. Overall, I think I did pretty well for my May TBR. The only two that I didn't get to were Vanishing Half and Stardust. Sad thing is, I really, really wanted to read The Vanishing Half, so I think I'm gonna actually bring this on holiday still. I'm not going to count this as part of my June TBR just because I like to pick new prompts and stuff. And Stardust, I'll get to another time, I'm sure. It's short, and if I ever need something faster paced or, more fantasy vibes, then I'll pick this up again. And before we use the spinny wheel, I'm sure it has an actual name, I just keep calling it spinny wheel. I have already picked a book that I definitely want to bring with me because I checked it out from the library, so I kind of need to read it in the next few weeks. I picked up Funny Story by Emily Henry because I do have the hardback up there on the top of my shelves, but I don't really want to bring that on holiday. And there's just something about reading an Emily Henry book on holiday that I love. I thought, let's carry on the tradition. I've heard mixed reviews on Funny Story, but I think the majority of people love this one, and it's the Great Big Beautiful Life one that people are a bit unsure on. So that is kind of pick one, but I'm still going to pick 4 more from the prompts. 4 or 5, we'll see. Also, if you're wondering where this, I've flicked my hair back as if I have long hair. Anyway, this beautiful jumper is from Litch to Stitches. I'll tag her Instagram below. Sorry I'm late, I was reading. How amazing is that? Okay, so first prompt, let's spin the wheel. We got buy a new book, which is really exciting because that means I can buy something at the airport. They always have new books, they come straight out into paperback. That's really exciting. I really wanted to buy something at the airport, but now this gives me an excuse and a reason to. I guess that's prompt 1 done. From the top of my head, I think if they have Starside by Alex Astor, I'd love to buy that because I keep wanting to pick it up, but I just don't want to keep buying hardbacks. They're beautiful and I really do like having them on my shelves, but they're so annoying to bring with you everywhere and read. So that's one option. Number 2, if they have T. Kingfisher's Wolfworm, I'd like to read that. Those are the 2 that are sticking out to me mostly at the moment. I'm probably missing a big one, but I'll put a little clip in here so I can show you what one we end up picking. On to the next prompt already. Okay, let's press spin. Person on the cover. Okay, now, as I said, I'm going on holiday, so I would like to pick some summery beach reads, but I have also majorly been on my horror vibe at the moment, horror thriller vibe. So I don't even know what I want to pick. Let's just have a look at the trolley. I can't believe I just called it a trolley. Maybe our cart, and let's see what kind of draws me in. Do you know what I'd love to get to? This month, me and my mum are going to Wimbledon for the 3rd time in a row. We're feeling majorly lucky. I'd like to get to, I have a couple of tennis related books on here, so let me just get those. So firstly we have Match Point, which I think is more just like a fun romance, sports romance, but it's like a tennis sports romance. Actually couldn't be more fitting. But we also have Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I did just read Daisy Jones and the Six. Really enjoyed that, really love her writing. So it would also be do I want a romance or do I want more of a literary fiction kind of story? I'm going to hold these 2 to the side and then just see if anything else pops out. For the first time, I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking, I don't know if I really want to read any of these. That's kind of crazy. I think I'm just going to pick from the 2 that we've picked here because both of them have people on the covers and they match the tennis vibe that I'm looking for. I think after comparing the genres, this one is set at Wimbledon, the Match Point one, but I think I'm going to go with Carrie Soto's Back just because I really enjoyed reading Daisy Jones and the Six last month. So I'd like a bit more of a less fluffy kind of romance thing. So yeah, this is our second pick of the month. Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Okay, so I'll pick 3 more just because. Okay, let's spin for our 3rd prompt. Most anticipated. So I guess that means most anticipated read rather than most anticipated author. I guess it can be interpreted as either. One that actually I picked up, I didn't pick up yesterday, but I saw it on my cart yesterday. I was like, oh, I thought I had that. Is Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. I read one book by her called Cackle, and I really enjoyed it. It was very like quirky and weird. It was the first one that I'd read of hers, and I just didn't know really what I was going into. I just thought it was like a witchy kind of book. Really fun, really cool, and quite like eerie, but like comedy-ish at the same time. This one I think is about a girl that lived in a haunted house, grew up in a haunted house, and then when her mum dies, she has to go back to the house, and I think that's when things start to get a bit weird. It's kind of just a nice mix of the horror that I want. I think I'm going to pick this for my most anticipated because I was really excited when I bought this, and I looked at it yesterday and I was like, oh, I hope I can find a prompt that fits this. So I'm going to make this fit this. This is our third pick for June. Okay, time to spin for prompt number 4. More than 5 words in the title. Okay, so I'm thinking this might be a fantasy book, but let's just have a look and see if we've got any that is over 5 words. How to Kill Your Family is 1. What Lies Beyond the Veil, that's 5. The Last Thing He Told Me, that's 6, so we can't pick that one. I have no idea what this is about. I bought this years ago, but luckily it's book 1, so that's a good start. This is like an option. The Happy Ever After playlist. Okay, so that's an option as well. Okay, so we've got 2 completely different genres that we can choose from here. So we've got the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. Let's read the blurb because I can't remember what this is even about. 2 years after losing her fiance, Sloane Monroe can't seem to get her life back on track, but one troublemaking pup with a take me home look in his eyes is about to change everything. With her new pet by her side, Sloane finally starts to feel more like herself. Then, after weeks of unanswered texts, Tucker's owner reaches out. He's a musician on tour in Australia, and bottom line, he wants Tucker back. Well, Sloane's not about to give up her dog without a fight, but what if this Jason guy really loves Tucker? As their flirty texts turn into long calls, Sloane can't deny a connection. Jason is hot and nice and funny. It was at this point that I realised the main male character has the same name as someone from my family, so I definitely can't be reading this book. I think we're going to be picking What Lies Beyond the Veil, and let's have a look and see what this is about, because again, I have no idea. For 400 years, the Veil has protected humans from the Fae. Safe behind their walls, humanity has turned from the old religion of decadence and sin to worshipping the new gods, who value purity and obedience above all. Groomed her whole life for marriage, Estrella dreams of something more. And when the Lord of Mistfell murders his wife to claim her as his own, she has a choice: accept his offer or be sacrificed to the Veil. On the night of her sacrifice, the Veil shatters, unleashing the Fae and branding Estrella with their mark. The Mist Guard will kill her to stop the Fae from taking her, and who knows what the Fae will do if they catch her. Forced to flee with her brother, Estrella soon runs into another of the Fae marked, broad and brooding Calum. With her life on the line, he's a distraction she can little afford, yet she can't stay away, not even with something greater on the line, her heart. Okay, I was getting worried there. I thought it was gonna be a romance between her and the first guy. I was like, okay, not sure I'm gonna like that. But that sounds fun. I love things with the Fae in, so this will be exciting to read this month. And that is our 4th pick so far for June. I've got major pins and needles right now. Oh my god. You know when like you can't even move your whole leg? Time to pick our final prompt for June. Person on the cover. Okay, well we've done that one already, so I don't know why that hasn't been removed from the prompt list. So let's spin again. This is fun. Oh no. Oh, I thought it was going to land on sad book. Female author. Okay, that's fun. That's exciting. I mean, I'm yet to read a Carly Fortune book, and this kind of feels like a nice beach read. I don't know if I'm supposed to read any of the others though before, but this sounds fun, and obviously it's a female author, so that's an option. Or we could go for like this kind of vibe. So we've got a couple of Freedom McFadden books here, but I know I can get them on my Kindle. Do you know what though? I do kind of fancy a little thriller. Let's get these 2 out and see. Oh, that's cute. Let's see which one I prefer out of these 2. I think I prefer the sound of the tenant compared to the co-worker, so I'm just going to put that one back for now. So again, we've got a choice of, do we want like a romance or do we want a thriller? Do you know what? I'm going to put the tenant back, and I think we're going to pick Carly Fortune, One Golden Summer. 1, because I'm looking at this cover and it's so gorgeous. 2, I think it'll be perfect to read on holiday. I'm still yet to read a Carly Fortune book, and I've read quite a lot of Freedom McFadden's books, so I think it'd be nice to switch it up and try a new female author this month. So that is our 5th and final pick for the month, but we are obviously still yet to choose the one that we're going to buy at the airport. So we've got a real mix right here, and I'm very excited. I don't know which ones I'm going to bring with me yet, but we have also got, maybe a bit optimistic, but we've also got these 2. and one more. But, I think we've got a good mix here. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books yet and what you thought of them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next reading vlog. Bye!